That comp cams. He is on Nexen Tire Yellow Speed Racing Cadillac ATSV from Sonoya, Georgia. Chelsea Denofa will lead with the gold nose. That BC Racing Ditto Tire Ford Performance Mustang RTR Spec 5D for grip. Coming to that first clip. Nice job by Chelsea Denofa. Taylor Hull, he's tracking him down, pulling away up the hill. Chelsea comes into that second outside zone in the keyhole. You can see Taylor Hull compromising that distance to that outside zone and gaining that proximity. Is that what the judges are looking for? And brings around that last clip. Good transition. As I said,
you know.
Oh yeah, just a smoke bowl. Yeah, Wall just sits there like a bump on a log. Here we go. Taylor Hull out front. Denofa in the chase position. Look at that gold nose just getting to the backside of the Intimidator. Full pole Hull looking clean. Chelsea Denofa comes in a bit shallow. Taylor Hull throwing some gangster angle at it in that second outside zone. Coming through the keyhole. Chelsea tracking him down. Oh, gets squirrely, Chelsea Denofa. You saw him dip that front left tire off course, thrown him out of sorts. Ryan. One more time, we'll see a full pole Hull can take down Chelsea Denofa, second overall in the 2020 championship. As Denofa qualifying 16th, Hull qualifying 17th, so fairly equally matched here. A shimmy there from Hull as he initiates. Oh man, kind of overshooting it, giving him bit off a little more than he could chew there on initiation. Now coming up the hill is Chelsea Denofa to that second outside zone. You can see a large gap between them. Chelsea could be a little bit closer on that front clip. I mean, Taylor Hull just coming now into view. And Chelsea looking pretty dialed there, Ryan, to catch up. And it's not about how quickly you go through the course, but you have to hit those clipping zones, hit the points, hit all the necessary criteria. I have a feeling Taylor Hull's really going to throw it down. He knows he has an uphill battle here. And knowing Chelsea, he always turns it up. So taking out, not totally center punching that first inside clip is Taylor Hull now into the keyhole. Really good execution there. Get all the way out to that outside zone. Now coming back down the hill. Let's see how Taylor manages this. Past the touch and go. Chelsea, look at that. Taylor in that comp cams. Go. Reitzer, Gumout, Toyota Racing, Toyota Corolla hatchback. He's on those Ditto tires. All right, initiating into that bank. See Taylor Hull a little bit higher than Reitzer. Look at that. Well done by Taylor Hull. And now Reitzer grips up coming through the power alley. And look at that. The Cadillac ATS comes through, pokes out, and gets into the groove like Madonna. There you have it. Well, he will be leading. Taylor Hull throws it in, massive angle there. Ryan Turk just quickly gets to the side of the caddy. Oh man, Taylor Hull dragging bumper. Man, both the attitudes of the vehicles. See him just shifts in the night. Here we go. Look at that, Taylor puts the Cadillac right in the crease. Well done. Taylor Hull has really made that Cadillac a very competitive car. He is one to watch. Here we go. Our one more time battle. Turk and Hull. Turk initiates into the bank. High on the bank goes Turk. Oh, look at Taylor Hull drops into formation with that Intimidator of a vehicle. Massive angle from Ryan Turk. Look at Taylor Hull transition, snaps back. Taylor Hull a little bit deeper on the inside clip, taking it home as a souvenir. And Ryan Turk gets in the crease, licks the stand.
Well suited in that car.
Yeah, the debut of that vehicle, and he made it look great. Here we go. Debut for him at least. Here goes Ryan Turk in that Gumout Toyota Racing Toyota Corolla hatchback. Coming to that first outside zone. Taylor Hull shores it up. Does not get all the way out there. Maybe a little timid there. Whoa, Ryan Turk gets into the wall. Keeps it off there, just bounces right off. And look at Taylor Hull. Look at the proximity here we get from Taylor Hull. Brown cloud being thrown up past that front clip. Crawling past the front clip goes Taylor Hull. Now Ryan Turk bringing it into that final outside zone, and that's where a lot of the drivers overshoot. You just saw it happen to Turk, but Ryan Turk, Taylor Hull, Taylor in that comp cams, yellow speed. Nexen tires, Cadillac ATSV. All right, here we go. Taylor Hull into that first outside zone. Kisses the wall there as Ryan Turk chases him down into that second outside zone. Taylor massages it in. It's a lot deeper than Ryan Turk, and there he goes, shredding some bumper, knocking some cones out of the way, getting into the dirt. Taylor Hull collecting them all like Pokemon. And now past that front clip, crawling in. And, oh boy, this could get precarious. Oh boy, and there it goes. Oh wow, actually maneuvered it there. Looked like he was gonna get pinched out, but not the case.
Yesterday, just trying to make it around the track without flying off the end. And this is going to be interesting.
Here we go. Taylor Hull out front. Comcam's next tire. Cadillac ATSV. Masayama, the Buy Now Japan S15. Throws it in right to the side of Taylor Hull. Taylor Hull keeps it high and tight. Nice job by Taylor Hull. The boy from Georgia, as Masayama struggles to get high on the bank and even have angle. Now coming to that second outside zone. Taylor Hull needs to run his own line in order to continue on even in the top 16. Looks like he struggles on that transition into that last outside zone. A lot of grip has got to be laid down with that new server. Going to which exact salt flats?
This is going to be the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah.
Legendary. Well, dude, I wish you the best of luck. And again, we'll get back to that in a moment. Masayama here now initiates. And where's Taylor Hull? Taylor Hull, quite a few vehicles back. You got to think, though, Masayama does have that major straightening. I would consider that an incomplete compared to Taylor Hull. I don't consider it's an inactive chase, but as long as he keeps it clean, keeps it sideways, doesn't go completely off course, straighten out, make some corrections. Where are you at? Masayama, Taylor Hull, cross the finish line.
And in that situation, it would have been very easy to be like, nah.
All right, here we go to our final battle, top 16. Odie Bakshi, second in points. Taylor, full pull Hull. Woo! Goes for the gusto, but ends up having to back off. Odie Bakshi's screaming into that second outside zone, and Taylor Hull just absolutely giving it the beans. And Odie Bakshi continues on through the course. Ryan, well, here goes Taylor Hull. Comcam's next in tires. Yellow speed suspension, liquid molly, Cadillac ATSV. Sue's got a big heart. Here we go. Let's go. Taylor Hull, full pull. Odie Bakshi, you can see him working it to the side. Both these guys a little wavering, but Taylor Hull max angle there. And there's that suspension coming into play. Filling that second outside zone. Both these gentlemen dialing in. Man, the transition that Taylor Hull has, I mean, the car is definitely bouncing. It's floating across the track. But I just like how nasty and aggressive. Here we go. Odie Bakshi's coming down toe-to-toe, tip-to-tail. And now Odie Bakshi's much more proper, straightforward initiation. You can see a quick little yank of the brake, now dropping into that second outside zone. Odie Bakshi, so you can see the posture of the vehicle. Oh, look at Taylor Hull, nice transition there. Odie Bakshi looks like he does exceed that track line. Taylor Hull hammering down, look at this.
Take the lead against one of the best chase drivers in the game.
Taylor Hull leading that Comcam's next to tires, liquid molly, Edo Brock, Cadillac ATSV. Odie Bakshi. Look at that, the Type S lights blowing them up. In that first outside zone, both of them absolutely on fire. Down to that second outside zone, shredding that front bumper, Odie Bakshi. Leaving it all out here on the track, literally and figuratively. That's Taylor Hull in that outside zone. Odie Bakshi right there. Let's see if he's gonna give him a little love tap. Odie Bakshi will lead. Taylor Hull will chase for the third time between these two gentlemen. Odie Bakshi initiates not as high as we've seen from previous battles. And now comes into that second outside zone. Taylor Hull falls back quite a bit, not as aggressive as we've seen from him in previous battles. And now into that final outside zone goes Odie Bakshi and Taylor Hull, the winner of this battle. So Von Gitt Jr. waits in the wing. Von Gitt Jr. doing battle with the winner here, either Taylor Hull, who's leading, or Odie Bakshi. Taylor Hull initiates. Look at that. You see Odie Bakshi flexing on him a little bit higher there, but we want to see them mimic that angle and their line.
Oh.
So how is this going to fare? Oh, wow. Great lead run by Taylor Hull. Look at that snappy transition. That's what we saw from earlier. But Odie Bakshi's showing you why he's currently second in points and a real championship. Taylor Hull. All right, and here we go. We got a clean start. Through the start chicane, no cone for him. Over third, initiating past that final cone. Nice job by both the drivers. Like to see Taylor Hull a little bit closer here Taylor Hall dropping down on the bank. Both of them dropping down into the power alley. Shallow line there by Taylor Hall. Frederick fills all of outside zone 2 and 3. Past that front clip, both of them on that first hash mark and into outside zone 4. Freddie goes a little bit deep with Odie going out early in 32 against Chelsea Denofa. Here's Taylor Hall through the chicane. Let's see how this Intimidator does. Goes in, Frederick Osmo right there in his rearview mirror, right in the side door. Look at this, Taylor Hall, great lead run, but cannot shake the rock star that is the Norwegian Hammer, Frederick Osmo. Good transition, throws it into that third outside zone. Taylor Hall putting it down for his family right now. Into that last outside zone. Woo! Here we go. Taylor Hall will lead. Dan Burkett giving chase. They go past the mole camera into that first outside zone. Goes Taylor Hall now transitioning. A great plume of smoke coming off Taylor Hall. Coming into that first inside clip. Both of them really dialing in. To that second outside zone goes Taylor Hall. Dan Burkett not too far behind. Now transitioning that final outside zone. Taylor Hall taps it, hits it, and quits it. And then you see Dan Burkett. Speaking of progression, the Cadillac ATS-V just taking that vehicle to another level. The debut of it a few years ago. And now here he is, going toe-to-toe with Dan Burkett. In that first outside zone, both of them fill it into that second outside zone. Coming into that front clip. Very similar to their first battle. Taylor Hall falling back just a little bit. Now transition to this last outside zone. And Dan Burkett gets out there. Taylor Hall on that transition of Masuyama. So we'll go back to the second half, but right now it's all Taylor Hall, that comp cams, Cadillac ATS-V. Let's send it. Here we go, coming into view of our judges. Taylor Hall getting out there, tapping that bumper on the wall, losing a taillight, snappy transition. Masuyama right there. And that Buy Now Japan S13 Sylvia. Looks like Taylor full pull hole comes around and wraps it very nicely, puts a bow on it. Masuyama, S15 will lead. Taylor Hall chasing him down. I have a feeling Taylor Hall's really going to push. Masuyama with that flick right in front of Hall. Now coming through. Oh boy! Masuyama hangs on to that touch and go a little long. Got very precarious there, Ryan, for Taylor Hall. I thought he was going to go into that tire wall. Transitioning now, coming around that final inside clip. That's right. So Brett let me know. Shout out to Essa's daughter and Brutsky's kids made it for Lorette. Here we go, Taylor Hall, comp cams, kind of like ATS-V initiating. Masuyama right there. Oh, Taylor Hall getting into the tires. Ryan, I want to take a look. Was there contact between the two vehicles? Extinguished? 97. Good clean start. No codes hit. Taylor Hall initiated. Ryan Church jumps to the side of Taylor Hall. Look at the angle of Taylor Hall. Whoa. Massive angle, stays in it. Oh no, Taylor Hall drops way down below. Gets out of shape. And Taylor Hall with that lead run. That is a hard act to follow, unfortunately. Taylor Hall gets way too aggressive. He knows who he's going against. And Taylor Hall, I'll tell you what, in qualifying yesterday, Taylor Hall sitting on a bit of a deficit after not just tapping the wall, Ryan, as you said, but the effects of hitting the wall off the line below the track course, track limits, if I may. Ryan Turk, middle of the road line, taking a tempered approach. I think that's the right approach. And now coming past that start-finish into the second outside zone. Ryan Turk went hard at that wall yesterday, but got the car back out here. Past that second inner clip and out to that final outside zone. There goes Ryan Turk. That's a great run there by Ryan Turk.